start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Awashah by Shimmer Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to all the occupants. They're pushing the word of sincerity and in truth. Brother Bars off from GMS Atlanta. And I just got a quick lesson on basically tightening up because this thing is going to get harder and harder, man. You know, the struggle is going to get more and more intense. You know, it's going to be certain things that's going to try your mind onto the point of feel like it's breaking you. You know, it's going to be a lot of things that's going to test you to the fullest extent. And when these things come your way, don't crack under pressure, man. That pressure is going to refine you and make a man out of you. You know, you have that saying, you know, the wise saying that pressure busts the pipes and it makes diamonds. The Lord is trying to make diamonds out of men, you know, gold, you know, precious substance. And when you look at the process of actually refining and actually creating those certain jewels, it's high pressurization and heat. A lot of molten, beaten, you know, a lot of forming it, a lot of, you know, demineralization, insertion of minerals. Because when you actually create gold, you actually have to take away the dross, certain substances, depending on, if I'm not mistaken, the silver, you got to take away something known as slag, which is basically the undesirable material. And then you reformat it with a load of your products, certain minerals or substances that may be of lesser value, but it actually hardens that gold. It makes it the glory of that gold that much more firmer. So not only is it beautiful to the fullest extent, it also is hard and it's strong. And the Lord is putting all those minerals and all that substance in us. So when these things actually transpire, we'll be fully set, man. We'll be set in structure and be ready for everything that's going to present itself to us. So, you know, I'm going to jump straight into the scriptures. This is Hebrews 11, and I'll start at 32. What shall I more say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword. So these are all kind of situations and scenarios that men of the Lord were thrown into. Daniel was thrown in a situation where he was thrown in a lion's den, man. You know, and his faith got him through that. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego got through in the furnace of fire, man. Their faith got him through that. Abraham had to go through a situation where he was finna sacrifice his son, and he believed, and that's why he's known as Father Faithful Abraham, man, because his righteousness stood for him in a time where actually he put himself on the background, he put his emotions in the background. You know, where he felt like he was probably in a weak point because he loved his son, he still stood strong and did that which the Lord actually required of him. So it's the same thing with us. This thing is going to get harder, man. The waters is going to get more murky. Certain things might feel like you're going to be sinking in hot shit. But guess what? Fight through it, man. Have faith that you're going to get to the finish line. You know, don't let an inch of doubt actually creep in, because that's the spirit of Satan, man. We got to have that pure mindset where none of these spirits is able to actually penetrate our spiritual defenses and walls, man. You got to be a defender of the faith, and you got to teach other men to actually get their faith on the level so that they'll be strong in structure. Paul said that his departing in the spirit, certain men are going to be more bold to speak the word without fear, meaning they're going to have sheer confidence in this work, and until the point that their lives are going to be tested on the line, and they don't even care in regard about their own life, man. So continuing on, it says, quench the violence of fire, escape the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong. So in situations where they felt like they was in the weakest and lowest point, such as the Maccabean family, they got stronger through that. They got more closer, they got more brotherly, they actually got a lot more experience. Even if their father passed, man, even if certain brothers got put to death on the battlefield, in the aftermath of it, what? Their unit got stronger. Their faith got built. You know, they endured. They grew in stamina, grew in wisdom, decision making. You know, they didn't bitch up. They didn't whine. They didn't complain. They knew what was going down. They knew the reason being, and they trusted in the Lord, man, whether for life or whether for death. So it's the same thing with us. You know, however it applies, we all are in this thing, hopefully to receive salvation, but the prophecy still stands and remains that some men are going to be beheaded for the name of Yahweh Shah Mashiach sake. So we don't know if we'll be those individuals. What brother personally might have to actually put his head on that chopping block, literally. You might have to be a chopping block, brother. You know, Lord might not bestow unto you spiritual power. You might have to go through the sufferings, man.
Mm-hmm.
You might be locked away for a little bit of time. You know, but are you gonna fight through those things? You might be in a certain solitary confinement where you ain't got no scriptures, you ain't got nobody to talk to. You know, you ain't got nobody to confide with. Brothers is thousands of miles away. You might be in a whole nother country, man. You know, but guess what? Your faith, your belief, you trusting in the Lord, your meditations, your prayers, all these things is gonna actually help you from your weakest state be raised up to a stronger state. You know, so when them doors open, and after that trial is finished, you know, you're gonna be spiritual Super Saiyan, man. You know, like back in when I was younger, I'm pretty sure brothers familiar. Show Dragon Ball Z, they used to be in the little time chamber. They used to be fighting, and they would be beating the living shit out of each other for hours, man. And the aftermath of it was when they would come out, they would come basically 1,000 times stronger. So it's the same thing now, man. We got to get stronger and stronger in this thing. So continuing on, it says, wax valiant in fight, turn to flight the armies of the aliens. So it said that they waxed valiant. So when they was in the midst of those battles, they got stronger, man. They gained courage. They gained faith when they was being backed in the corner, man. They didn't run. They didn't scurry away. They didn't flee. They didn't distrust the Lord. When one man died, they got stronger. That faith of that man still lived with them. It lived inside of them. It made them stronger, you know? So it was like even at the end of the day, if that man died, his spirit is still living through all of us, man. That gave us a better affection and a better bond, man. So, you know, that's really the main point. I'm going to read that last part. Turn to flight the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life again. And others were tortured, not accepting deliverance that they might obtain a better resurrection. Right, and that's talking about really the Maccabean family, man. You know, and it says, not accepting deliverance that they might obtain a better resurrection. And that's also Yahweh Shah too. Because Yahweh Shah actually retained a better resurrection when he rose up. He beat the sting of death. So, you know, that's really the main point. You know, have faith in these situations. You know, endure, pray to the Lord for a stronger and a more formidable mindset. Stay in these scriptures. Stay character building, spiritual building, and we're gonna get to the finish line, man. If we continue and endure unto the end. So I want to end by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, Maki.